Hello and welcome back, friends, to another episode of the ISOCraft project. I'm Atomic Dave and I am currently in a hole that I dug, and this thing goes all the way down to bedrock, and I've got some glass layers there for that great fog effect. Doesn't work quite as well with Optifine, but it's still pretty effective. But what I am planning on doing today is nothing to do with this area. Well, maybe not anything to do with this area. This is going to be one of the first major decorative parts of the build that we're going to do. It's not going to have function. Today's purpose is actually going to revolve around starting to bring some of what is underground at the base up to the surface. And you can see here this huge long line array of hoppers. That's actually all feeding a 46 furnace super smelter. And that's going to be self-fed by a bamboo farm. But unfortunately, whilst I was putting this together, I was really unhappy with the way it was coming together. And I changed the design a couple of times and I still wasn't particularly satisfied. So I'm actually going to tear down a portion of at least the bamboo farm. I'm going to have to readjust the detection system because that's set just a little bit too high and it takes too much time for the bamboo to grow up to there. And bamboo has an ideal growing point, which is probably at around that sort of height there is the fastest period, and then it really slows down on its growth. So this hasn't harvested in ages, and whilst it does do quite a lot at a time, I need it to be just a bit faster to feed a super smelter. And it's also going to be a bit of a stick farm, and there's a reason that I want a stick farm, and perhaps we will get around to doing a witch farm, which will be a stick farm, but this is something I want to get done today, and we are going to get started on building this furnace array and then making the decorative facade around it. So let's get cracking on with that time lapse. So you know those moments when you're getting really stuck into a project and you feel like you're making good progress, and then you realize that you've built it too close? I'm just going to pull this whole structure down and start again because I'm at a point where I'm frustrating myself. Oh man, some redstone projects really just get away from you. The amount of times that my brain fried trying to put that together was just actually ridiculous. And even now I can see a block has just managed to be placed with incorrect placement, but it's not affecting redstone, so I don't care. I'm going to put the bamboo in. I'm going to get the flying machines in. We're going to get this thing working, because the way this works is on a constant fill. So that bamboo needs to stay nice and full. So let's get on with that, and then we're going to decorate the build. Oh my goodness, guys, this project is absolutely massive and we're not even finished yet. I do want to get it finished in this episode, but I have run out of coal blocks to do that decorating and I have to head over to the shopping district to do so. But before we do that, I want to show you, this is my little villager setup that I've gotten going so far, because I do plan on having a trading hall in this general location. But since last episode, when we put the melon and pumpkin farm into this weathered old water tower, I wanted to show you that we have gotten some production. And oh my goodness, guys, not only those, but every one of these shulkers is full to the brim with pumpkins or melons. And that's not all. They're already coming in. They're already overtaking. And oh, that one's not quite full. All right. All right, so we're getting there. It is so close to getting back into this. I emptied it all out of the melons, but it was full to overflowing, guys. So what I have done is I have made a deal with one of the other members on the server who has got some farmer villagers. I'm going to take all of these shulker boxes over there. I'm going to trade them out, get all those emeralds, and then head over to the shopping district, pick up some more coal blocks, and we are going to get this build finished. Survival log, entry 1. Day 1. I find myself going beyond the walls of my bunker more and more, and as such I have decided to maintain a log of events. Following the success of the crop farm I have made, I find myself in excess of many tradable goods, and so I have set off across the desert in search of a village in which I am told the trades are bountiful. I brought with me a map of the region, but it seems that despite my best efforts, I have still found myself lost, climbing the endless dunes of this vast desert. Fortunately, it was at the crest of one such dune that I saw my salvation, the walled city that I had been searching for. Upon entering the village, I greeted the locals and asked directions to the trading hall which had been described to me. But no one seemed to understand what I was looking for. Crushed, I wandered the village in search of someone, anyone with information to aid me, but my persistent querying left the locals angered with me, many pushing past me as I approached, leaving me unable to even greet them anymore. I was stuck. No longer was I in high spirits for my journey, and as the sun set, I contemplated my next move, being unable to set about the task to which I had set out. Was my journey all in vain? I dared not set out into the harsh wastelands of the desert at night, so I set about looking for somewhere to take refuge for the night. That was when I stumbled upon it. A simple trapdoor, laid among the grass. Out of place, most definitely, but an unusual sight which inspired curiosity in me. What was at the bottom of this deep hole? Was the trading hall I sought out in some strange subterranean colony? Fortune favours the bold, and so I descended. Day 2. Success! The colony was indeed subterranean, and whilst I do not understand their living arrangements, I am grateful for their willingness to trade with me, although, admittedly, they were apprehensive to begin with. I do hope that with some time they will grow to accept me as a fellow trader and welcome my crops as fair trade with them. Day 16. There is some strange mutagen in these caverns. I found increasing numbers of strange gelatinous creatures, which are increasingly aggressive when approached, and it seems that as they are attacked, they multiply. Very peculiar. Fortunately, when they reach their smallest form, they no longer pose a threat, merely pushing up against you but no longer landing any significantly injuring blows. They also seem to excrete an odd byproduct, which I'm sure has uses, one of which seems to be a springy and slimy block. I am collecting it as a way to pass time while the villagers choose whether they wish to trade with me or not. Day 24. The slime creatures are becoming more bold. Where they had once avoided the trading halls and the villagers therein, they now seem to surround it, even going so far as to entering into it in search of me. They seem to have some strange collective memory between them, and as they have become more aggressive toward me, despite their size, it seems that they are learning tactics, finding times at which I am most vulnerable, and they are able to sneak up behind me and attack me. Additionally, contact with them is starting to make me feel unusual. I hope that whatever mutagen has created them isn't stored in their body and somehow transferring into me through the constant touch that occurs when I attack them. Day 31. Killing the slimes has become an obsession for me. At times I believe I am more engrossed with it than the trading of the subterranean colony that I have come here to find. The feeling of sickness that has come from their contact has become more of constant now, and I have coined the term Slimonella to name it. Hopefully there are no adverse effects. The colonists have been generous with their trades, significantly reduced, but it seems to have come as the mutagen courses through my body. The Slimonella has begun to affect me in ways that I cannot and do not wish to describe. I have crafted the last of these blocks to leave behind, hopefully as a warning to the slime creatures that their kind are not safe here. I have completed my trades, and so I am packing my belongings and leaving. Hopefully beyond the damp caverns I will find a cure to my ailments, but for now my next destination is the strange hellish landscape that lies beyond the mystical portals in which fellow survivors have told me a grand staging ground has been set up. I have agreed to making a recreation of one of the mystical hellish lands that can be found in this strange dimension, and so shall set about building my interpretation of the area known as the Warped Forest in one of the hub's quadrants. For now, this will end my log entry, as I feel the need to spend some time working out what I do next, especially regarding trying to cure myself of this strange disease. End Survival Log Entry 1. Friends, tragedy has befallen us. We have died not once but twice. But as you can see, even in death, my case of Slimonella has persisted. We had to go and get some supplies during that last time lapse, and as I did, I bumped into a bastion and thought, I'm going to explore because I found some chests that weren't yet looted, and I thought maybe this hasn't been touched. And as I checked out the treasure chest, I got snuck up on and unfortunately lost everything. Some of the piglins did pick up my stuff and I went back for it, and unfortunately I got it back, but in search of my sword, which I could not find, and a shulker box, which I could not find, I then got attacked once again. So I am down my sword, my legs, 2 picks, 2 elytra. I'm going to have to go and dig some more netherite. So I'm going to leave the episode there. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please hit that thumbs up button to show me your support. Hit that subscribe if you hadn't already. Get out there and be epic every day. And until the next episode, bye.